So you still have a ground team,
Correct.
but they're not obviously looking after turf as such.
Yeah.
Certainly here. Are they looking after the training facility as well, or is it just a dedicated stadium?
So our training facility is separate.
Yeah.
It's at Old Albanian Sports Ground in St Albans, and they're separate set up. Long-term goal will be to improve that facility,
Sure.
and as well as improving this facility. There might be some synergies, there might not. There are decisions for us to make over the next couple of months.
So you've got separate grounds teams for
So
both
separate ground
sites.
teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have they got a mix of synthetic and natural surfaces over there?
So our training ground, we have a 25 by 20
Right.
pitch, which is identical to, it's just been laid actually a couple of weeks ago,
Okay.
which is identical to what's going in here over the next week or so. And the feedback from that's been brilliant so far, and that has a separate maintenance program where the guys have that brushed as required over a monthly period.
You're a dual-use stadium, but obviously the highest profile stuff is actually the rugby.
Mm-hmm.
What do the players make of the surface that you've had for the last 3.5 years?
So we've changed the way the guys play. By no means am I expert in exactly the way we play, but
Right.
I think a couple of years ago we had not the best reputation for the most adventurous rugby,
Right.
whereas now we do. We're one of the highest try-scoring teams in the league, and I think the pitch is a huge asset to making that claim. We can play fast, expansive rugby without the risk of losing footing, scrums collapsing, and I think the stats back that up as well.
And I know back in the old days of the first plastic pitches when they came into the football side of things, teams like QPR got a significant home advantage because of that. Does that transpire into the game of rugby as well?
I think less so, because they're more and more common now. So
Yeah.
Cardiff have an artificial pitch, Newcastle have got one, Worcester are putting one in. So I don't think anyone now, we're 4 years in, should use that as a possible excuse that they come to Allianz Park and they lost because we were on an artificial pitch.
Bryn, you want to?
Yeah, I'll join in on this one. The first pitches were basically very big tennis courts. They weren't
Yeah.
made for football, but football played on it. But the myth is that it gave the home team an advantage. But of the 4 teams that had synthetic pitches, QPR, Luton, Preston and Oldham, QPR, Oldham and Luton had their highest ever league positions, and you can't do that just by winning at home. So
Okay.
you need to be able to play away. It's only Preston, who happened to be in the 4th division
Sure.
at the time, that didn't. But those 3 all did incredibly well playing on synthetic turf, and what synthetic turf enabled them to do was to play a fast passing game. And these days, Saracens have got this pitch here, but when they go to, let's say, the Rico, or let's say they won't go to Majeski this season, which are top quality natural turf pitches, but those pitches have also got reinforced fibres in them as well. They're still able to play that fast game rugby. The trouble Saracens may have is when they have to go and play at Gloucester in December or something, when the pitch is mud, and the transfer of the skill set from a fast pitch to a slow pitch, that's a challenge. But most clubs are actually training on better quality pitches now, so when they come here, I don't think it's as much of an advantage as people think, because people are more used to fast rugby.
So I guess your argument would hold up whether they got a good quality hybrid pitch or a fully synthetic pitch. When they go to a fully natural pitch that may be a quagmire in the middle of December, it's going to be the same issue anyway. So if you want a good surface,
Yeah.
you're still going to have the issue of a not such good surface, shall we say.
Again, one of the things that was noticeable watching Saracens' results last couple of seasons, not only are they winning the games and winning the league, which is absolutely fantastic, but they're scoring tries, which makes it more fun for the players. But from the spectator perspective, they can come here and they know they're going to be entertained. Now, if you look at a weekend in December, January, where a lot of the other pitches in the Premiership are being used, and they're muddy pitches, you're seeing scores like 10-9 or 12-8, whatever. You're not seeing the 35-20s that you're seeing at Saracens. So yeah, the quality of the pitch makes a big difference to the perspective of the fans. And would you want to go and see, I mean, true rugby people would want to actually go and see a 9-6 game, because it means something to them, but a lot of fans don't. They want to see the high scoring thing. So from a fan perspective, seeing a fast pitch, fast rugby is very important.